I knew someone who wore white to a wedding.
Are they
Did they get red wine dumped on them?
What's that?
Did they get red wine dumped on them?
Is that what happens?
Yeah.
It's usually like that's a thing.
Interesting.
No, but you know, they were put in the back. They originally had like a seat up front.
They had a good
like,
seat.
But like last minute they moved them to the back, and I'm like, oh damn.
Do you guys ever worry about someone ruining your wedding?
Yes.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
How do you define a ruined wedding?
Well, I guess I wouldn't call it ruined, but trying to ruin it, or like announcing that, or proposing, or announcing a baby, or like an ex-boyfriend shows up to stop the ceremony, like just some sort of big moment that's like,
Or just like drama within families.
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
like, just makes it like an uncomfortable
bitch. I don't know, something.
I don't know.
Mm.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, if you're gonna have that much shit, like, and you're worried about all that, just don't invite them to the wedding. And if they do come, have like your groomsmen be fucking security. They're your boys, right? Like, you gotta tell them, hey, here's the problems that can happen. If it does happen,
solve it.
deal with it.
Here's a picture of all 5
you.
of her boyfriends before me. If one of these guys shows up, you got a fucking 2 in the head, 1 in the chest.
Yeah, honestly. No, I'm I'm making sure my best man is strapped.
I saw a Hi, and welcome to Getting to It podcast. My name is Hunter.
I'm Dave.
I'm Brad. I want to talk to you guys about living in Southern California.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What about it?
it's basically the best place on earth. Hate to start an episode out with the self suck, but being raised here, you know. But I did have a complaint for the bureau.
It is definitely beautiful here, but I would not say in like great weather.
Yeah.
But it's still riddled with its problems, you know?
Yeah, I guess it feels like a lot of the problems out here aren't like acts of God. Like sometimes you live somewhere where the bad things that happen are tornadoes.
Yeah.
Like the bad things that happen out here suck, but fucking
It's like homelessness and, you know,
it's
bad
problems
management.
we made.
Yeah, it's our problems, not
Problems
you know.
as a youth that I feel like we could really solve if we work together.
You said you had a problem. What was that problem or that complaint?
Yeah, so I left deodorant in my toiletry bag in my trunk, and it melted all to the side. So I just wanted to put in a request that it's no longer 100 degrees outside ever
Again. Ever again.
We'll work on that. Winter's coming, so you're good.
Thank God.
I think the California government needs to make a weather device.
Yeah. Well, you can do cloud seeding, right? Isn't that a thing?
Yeah, but that's what flooded San Diego, so.
Oh.
Dude,
Well,
1,000 people died.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was back in like the 1800s or some shit. Dude was cloud seeding in well, it was a huge drought, so they hired this dude to cloud seed, and like
They weren't ready for the water.
they weren't ready for it because they just didn't have the infrastructure to deal with it,
Yeah.
or the ground to deal with it.
Yeah.
So it just flooded everything. Tons of people died.
What exactly
Times.
is cloud seeding?
It's where they put
Like silver iodide or something.
it's something they like spray in the air, and in a way it attracts water
Moisture.
molecules and moisture.
Mm-hmm.
And then because you know, like, raindrops are like they have a base of a particle, like a random particle that all the water was able to attach to,
Yeah, it's like a
and then it
dust.
gets heavy and then falls, right?
Yeah, it's like a piece of dust
That's-
floating in there.
That's what they're putting in the air.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
just
It's seeding the clouds.
structure for them to all.
Hmm. And then falls.
Cool.
Good times.
Mind you, that was my rain noise. Raindrop hitting the cement.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's people who can do really good water drop noises. Did you guys ever get into that? Voices or sound effects or anything?
I can do a duck call from a piece of grass.
That's sick.
I do it all the time.
You
Dave,
whistle with it.
yeah, Dave has seen me do it. I do it too much. I'll just pick up a piece of grass and just start blowing in it, and people like,
Yeah, you just start blowing it.
yeah, I'll start blowing it.
That's the thing about us on GTIP, dude. We blow grass. Blaze it. 420.
Hunter, you said you had something very
Yeah.
important to share.
What you
I'm
got?
actually very curious about it.
So I've been having some pretty bad back pain for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I thought I told you guys that, like, oh, like my
Yeah.
back is hurting.
On the last episode, you went through like a fucking back pain spasm.
Yeah. So I went to the doctor on Wednesday,
Hey,
and they took
congrats.
X-rays.
Holy shit.
Cool.
My spine is too flat, and I'm having muscle spasms in my back.
Wait, what does it mean that your spine is too flat? Like which?
Your
Yours-
spine's supposed to like curve like
Yeah.
that, right?
So basically, from your hip bone, like from your tailbone,
Yeah.
you're supposed to go like
Yeah, a little nice
Forward.
little arch thing on it.
like this,
Yeah.
yeah.
and then you're supposed to go back to being straight.
Okay.
My lower back is too flat, and so it's putting pressure on my lower back more than it like should be.
Jesus.
So I have to go to PT, and I have to take pain meds.
Okay.
I think I know people who have that, and it's a lot of people who like have poor posture
Yeah.
or they sleep wrong. So I think that might be part of it.
It's not exactly the bad posture, because they're like, your posture looks fine,
Mhm.
but it could also be from like not working out, because I haven't been working out in a little bit. So I think they think that like my back might have gotten weak, and that might have allowed it to just like kind of lose its shape a little bit.
Maybe that might
I
be it.
see.
But yeah, I looked at where they were prescribing the PT for, and it was right on my L1, L2, which is like not a good area, because that's where like you lose like function of your legs.
It'll be interesting. So we get to go with you kind of through the next couple weeks of PT then?
Yeah.
How long are you doing it? Is it 6 months?
I'm not sure. They just said that I had to do PT until they said like, yeah, like you're good. And I had to take the pain meds until like the pain wore off.
Okay.
So I could be doing this for 2
Is
months.
this a medicated episode of Hunter right now?
Yes.
Ooh.
And by that I'm taking 500 milligram like upgraded Tylenol.
Oh,
What are you guys all on right now? What are you on?
Naproxen.
Tylenol. You're on painkillers. What are you on?
Biotin, magnesium.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
What about you, Dave? Oh, yeah, I know you have a bunch of fucking vitamins and supplements.
Actually, I'm on pure hangover right now. Just pure, unfiltered Dave's hungover. So
From the fucking show last night.
yeah,
That's good. So
Yeah.
it's always nice to drink a bunch of beer in the backyard watching a garage band.
beer, Sailor Jerry, whiskey, and I had water. I had a good amount of water, but yeah, it was fun. There was like an art show here. It was kind of cool. And then yeah, there was a Familiar Faces playing again at the house. Fun stuff.
Nice.
That's all.
What do you guys think about, I mean, whether it's hangovers or back problems, like it's kind of weird time because our bodies are aging for the first time a little bit. Like we're not just kids, developing or whatever. Now it's like creaks and cracks. Like, does that make you think about aging at all? Does that make you think about adulthood or like what's going to be like when you're 40?
Hunter's just starting it. I've been dealing with it for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
You feel the age. You feel like you don't heal as fast, things like that. Yeah, I'm young still, but it's like definitely not the same as when I was like a younger kid,
I've been having some pain since I was younger. Like I had back pain since I was in like 7th grade. I grew from 5'8" to 6 foot from freshman to senior year of high school. So
Yeah.
my back was hurting from that. Had some growing pains.
We've talked on the show how much growing hurts,
Yeah.
So
And then I've broken bones and stuff. Like I've had a decent amount of issues. And this is just one thing where it was like I always had that back problem, like it like hurt a little bit.
mhm.
It had gone away.
Can I ask, do you think there's any chance this is like just been this way and you haven't noticed since now?
The one scary thing was she said the doctor I went to, she said that in the x-ray it looked like there was something on my back from when I was younger. And in
Like a mark, like skin, or
It might have
No,
been
like,
like
spine.
it just didn't throw in right.
That's the thing, though, is a couple years ago, I was snowboarding. I went off a jump. I've probably shown you guys the video. I landed on my back, like my lower back, and I couldn't move my back for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like a couple
so you might have
minutes.
disrupted like a growth plate or something in there.
I might have just done a little damage to my spine, and then it healed, but
Hunter,
I think
you were
they
supposed to be
just finally looked at it.
You're supposed to be 6'3", dude. What happened?
I'm still growing, though. That is the one thing.
I had something pretty similar happen to me, actually. I was camping, and then we went on a hike and went cliff jumping, and I messed up my back jumping off, and like for like the next like 3 days, I had to finish the hike.
Of course, because you're cliff jumping, so I'm
out there, and my back is fucked up. Like this was years ago. I think I was like 12 or 13 or something, but like my back was just like it was almost like unbearable. Like I had to like crawl at some point, like to finish this hike. It was bad,
so gnarly,
and it was like 3 miles I had to walk of just pain. Every step just killed me. And then for the next like 3 days, I had to sleep on the ground because we're camping in a tent.
So I'm sure you felt great.
Oh my God. So I'm pretty sure that did some like irreparable damage to my back.
I mean, if anything, maybe the flat surface, like the firmness of it helped you out. Like maybe you would have injured it more if you were, I don't know.
No, it hurt more.
Really?
Yeah. So that definitely did like permanent damage to my back. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Cliff jumping's dangerous.
Yeah. I just landed wrong, and it just like I felt it because like as soon as I went underwater, it just like I thought like I broke my back because it was hurting that bad.
I feel that. I've hurt my back before too, and like literally I think it was 8th grade. I took a cane to school for like 3 days because I injured my back so severely. But yeah, back pain sucks no matter what age you are, but it's definitely like days I wake up now where my back hurts a little bit because I slept on it wrong or whatever. I'm like, ooh, this could be the one.
You guys remember when I broke my ankle, right? It's still not the same.
Wait, you broke your ankle?
Yeah,
that was
it was like a hairline fracture on this ankle right here. And yeah, I just stepped off a curb carrying a bunch of water bottles.
He was carrying like 2 cases of water.
Yeah.
And he stepped off the curb wrong, and I was walking in front of him. I turned back, and I just see him laying on the floor.
Just laying on the floor.
I
heard it like outside.
Pop. It was so bad.
Ooh, I don't like
middle
noises.
of the street. Like it just, I heard it go, and so
Did you like just dead weight? Like what was the? So you step off, and then it's the one that's stepping that pops.
No. What happened was I stepped off.
Yeah.
And like it popped, and like that burst of adrenaline, and I'm like, oh, it's fine. Like I took another step with it, and then I'm like, oh, there you go, and I just went down.
Yeah.
And then like after like 5 minutes, because I'm in the middle of the street, so like I still have like fucking adrenaline going. So like after like 5 minutes, I'm like, ow, this fucking hurts. Oh my God.
Yeah. Plus you're in the street.
Then laid on a couch.
Yeah. I then laid on a couch and got fed pizza. So by a bunch of women, it was honestly worth it.
You're just a happy little guy.
Yeah.
Looks like a Greek god being fed
just
pizzas.
My foot up with ice on it. Just I'm sorry.
Oh,
sorry,
can someone
ladies.
nurture me and take care of me right now? Oh
gosh, it hurts so bad.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it back from this one, guys.
Yeah. I can't go on without me. It's okay. It's okay.
I remember looking over at you, and I went to check up on you. I'm like, "Are you good?" And you just looked at me like, "I'm in so much pain, but yes, I am.
Yes, I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm having a good time."
I was like, "Great, see you later." I walked away.
Yeah. Top few things that always get attention from women: injuries, puppies, cars. Nice cars.
I feel like cars get more attention from guys. Like you'll get more attention from guys.
That's definitely
true. But you do get attention from girls because they're like, ooh, expensive car, nice. What doesn't work, that I know a few people who are guitarists, is guitars.
No.
They do not attract girls.
No
They
one
attract
asks you
dudes.
to pull the guitar out at the campfire ever?
No, and what that does is it attracts dudes.
It's like being in the gym and being super yoked. You're just going to get dudes talking to you.
Yeah. Well, okay, so we were watching a movie yesterday, and it had like a scene where like, oh, this kid, he's playing guitar at the Guitar Center, and like his crush comes over. You know, basic movie
classic
trope, right? And my friend, he plays guitar, and he's just like, that's fucking bullshit. Girls don't come up to you for playing guitar. It's just a bunch of weird dudes that just they want your number, they want your dick, and it's like,
They just want to talk to you about Zeppelin, dude, for like 3.5 hours, dude, at this Guitar Center, bro.
They just want to be on the phone, just like, play a riff for me.
Oh, dude.
Hit nice and slow.
do you think is very attractive to women?
Oh.
Scent.
Like one of those things that just like
Definitely scent.
scent.
Yeah,
Oh,
actually,
scent is big. Yeah.
smelling good.
I know that because my roommate will come back. He came back from going to Blue Burrow.
Okay.
And he was
Blue
like
Burrow is just a fast casual like Mexican food spot around here.
really good.
It's pretty good.
I like it. But so he came back from Blue Burrow one time and he's like the girl taking my order and who was handing me food literally just grabbed my arm after and like just like slid her hand down like half my arm after giving me my order.
Jesus Christ. Just getting horny at the fucking food
at the
pickup
job.
window.
Oh, he'll be here too sometimes and girls will just be like, "You smell really nice. What are you wearing?"
Smell is very important.
Scent's easy. I don't just giving a fuck about anything.
Yeah, I agree. If you're like super into it, if you're super into something, chicks they'll see that and they'll be like, "Oh, that's attractive. He has passion."
Yeah,
I'll tell you one.
Got to be accessible too, though. What's up?
Tell you one thing. I talked about sharks and I showed how much I like sharks, and Emily was like, "Huh, all right."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally is just, do you care? I mean, because it's so, especially as like a dude right now, like a young guy, it's so easy not to care about anything.
Well, yeah, there's so much like thing like culture of saying like don't care about this, you know, don't have these passions. It's cringe to have these passions and stuff. But like if you have passion, like go for it, you know?
Yeah. I think it's come around, I would say a little bit. Like I think more people now feel like they can chase their dreams or do something they want to do and not just hate their life than like maybe 2009 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely, or it's like the things that get pushed on us are like not accessible, right? Like when it comes to like, oh, we're gonna like try to like, you know, be into like sports or video games or whatever it is, it's like usually very like gatekeepy type communities,
I guess.
I'm 20 and you guys are 23. Do you guys have any advice to like kids who are in high school or like a little bit younger? Even they're probably not watching it, but
Yeah.
like
I get
people
what you're
younger
saying.
than us, like
not
how
these
to go-
episodes, they're marked explicit for fucking swearing. But yeah, if we had advice for
I
a
have some
kid,
advice
for
for a young man looking to what?
to
grow up into a man.
to grow up
Right.
into a man and like accomplish their dreams.
Accomplish their dreams?
Yeah, because we were talking about dreams, like how, like give them advice on how to follow their dreams.
I
Yeah,
see.
I got some advice.
What you got?
Just fucking get up every day.
That is a good step.
Get up every day.
Just get up every day. That's
It's
a good
getting
one.
harder
Start.
and harder to do that, and it will always be harder and harder to do that.
It's getting easier and easier not to do it.
What?
The further you
It's easy.
What the fuck do you mean by that?
It's not that it's harder to get up. I think it's easier to stay in bed. Like more things come to you now.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can make the choice. A lot of people make the choice.
Yeah.
I think but yeah, it's functionally the same. Get out of bed every morning.
Stop using DoorDash unless you can't drive.
Or walk. You can always
Or walk.
walk.
If you can't,
Depends on the city, obviously, but
yeah.
you know.
Stop using DoorDash unless you can't drive.
That's a really fucking good one, even though that's so specific.
Like, and use that idea for other things. You know,
yeah,
like,
you have more time than you have money, probably. Like your
Yes.
time is cheap. Money.
well, it's also like go outside. Like
That too.
go up, get something done, you know?
Yeah, leaving your house every day. Getting up, leaving your house every day. You guys, when you're young and you're coming into college and you are out of your parents' house, you're wherever you've been living and you're on your own, the world is your oyster, but not everybody kind of chooses to get after it. And like I've definitely been there at times in my life.
Yeah. I've been there right now, it's hard to get up sometimes. It's hard to have something to do when you have nothing to do. So if you have nothing to do, make something to do.
I really liked, I forgot who gave this advice, but it was write down like the 25 things that you care about and then just circle the top 5 and focus on that. Like it's this concept of like you really only have so many hours in the day, and if you're working on it, whether it's spending time with friends or family or maybe a significant other or a job or school, like there's only so many hours in the day. If you're going to use your hours productively, you can't really multitask them. And so pick the things you care about and go after that. Don't get caught up in the devoting too much time to things that are distractions.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really agree with that one that much.
What do you think?
Well, it's more like you need distractions. You need
hobbies. You don't need distractions.
Sometimes you do need a distraction.
You don't need it. I mean, it's like what you want to devote time to watching TV.
Your distractions should be healthy. They should be productive. They should be doing something for you. Like the distraction of I'm going to go watch TV, or I'm going to go get high, or I'm going to drink, or I'm going to fucking do whatever. Those are not healthy distractions, There's healthy distractions like, oh, I'm going to go on a walk, or I'm going to like clean or some shit, Everything is a distraction.
Yeah.
I have 2 pieces of advice.
Okay.
The first one is, someone told me this. Wake up early, put a pair of jeans on, shave your face, brush your teeth every morning. Basically meaning just treat every day as another day of, it's not like something different's always going to happen. Treat it every day is the same. You wake up early, you get ready for the day, you try to make it your own day and not something that was like destined to happen. Like don't
have a morning routine.
Yeah.
And be organized.
But it's more of like be organized and like try to make the most of every day that you have. And then the second piece of advice is just something that I've always done. No matter what, you're going to have your dreams. I've always had my dreams of being a marine biologist, and
sure.
I feel like when you want to accomplish something, you really just need to put your mind to it. And by that, don't get distracted by stuff. Don't let yourself get complacent with what you're doing, because you can be achieving your goals. I know I was achieving my goals. I didn't do good in school when I first started freshman year. And just because I got complacent, I was like, oh, I'm in college. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm just going to let myself go a little bit.
It's easy to get distracted by a lot of things.
I will say it's another thing about following your dreams.
Yeah.
Sometimes what you dreamt of that you wanted to do for, 3 years ago isn't the same thing you want now.
Yeah, sometimes your dreams are wrong.
Sometimes they change, and you need to be open to change.
Also, your dream doesn't have to be your job. Like,
yeah,
you may dream that you want like your job to be the thing that you want to do, and that's what you do all day. And sometimes that happens, and that's really awesome. But sometimes your dream is just what you do on the weekend, or how you spend time with like, a spouse or something.
I mean, you should have multiple dreams of what you want.
Yeah, you should have a lot of aspirations and kind of
passion and aspirations and things like that.
I feel like one really big thing that we don't do at our age is actually plan out our future.
Yeah. Well, it depends. I think people have semblances of plans.
Well, I mean, like, I don't mean that as like completely. I just mean that like people will have a goal at our age and like want to accomplish it, and then they won't plan out the steps they have to take. Sometimes. I would say
that is. Once you're 18 or whatever, you're able to get a job, you're able to contribute and be a adult. It's game time. Like whether you want to start or not, you could, And so if you have dreams, if you have aspirations that you want to get to, you got to pick them up, or they're just not going to happen. And there's never a right time to start. Just like I don't think that there's necessarily a bad time to start. It's just when you do.
I think, okay, so I think you should use who I am and like the things I've done as a good example. I started out working in retail and food and things like that. And then but I wanted to be a teacher, so I got a job in education, you know? And I've been with this company for years now. And at this point, like, I have more experience than people
older than
me because I started early. You know, when jobs like require 10 years of experience and stuff like that, it's possible to get that. You just have to go after the jobs that align with your field. So like that's why like working in fast food is fun and all, but it's not gonna help.
That's what I hear from all my friends in fast food, is that they're really having a fucking blast.
It's money. It's good money sometimes.
So fun.
But that's it. Like that's
fun.
That's all it is. You're not gonna have growth from it, and that's how people get stuck in their jobs. You need to be able to find the job that you want and work your way to it, even if it's not with the same company or things like that.
You also have to know like what steps to take with like what major you want to do. Like marine biology, there's not a whole lot you can do when you're an undergrad, just because a lot of the stuff in the field, and it's a lot of stuff in like bio in general too, is so like you have to have like a
degree to get
jobs.
internships.
Yeah. I do remember talking to you once about deckhanding, like as you're like you should look into it, or like working on boats and stuff like that, because you are a marine biologist. You're going to be on boats. You're going to be needing that experience. So if you are, you know, culminating experience from different places, so you can do better at your eventual career,
it would be badass if Hunter worked at a fish market, like just a straight fishmonger.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that's one thing you can do. You do learn what fish are edible, which ones are caught.
Which one? Yeah.
You learn a lot of like, this is what bycatch and like things like that. And that's going to be really helpful with sharks and things like that, you know? And you'll see a lot more sharks, so you'll know more about anatomy of these fish and sharks and things like that.
You think that I haven't known the anatomy of a shark since I was a 5-year-old?
I know, but like hands-on anatomy. You actually get to touch it and like have to like gut it and things like that. Sure. That's just one example. Another example could be like, you know, you get into driving boats or start working around water and things like that, so you know what's going on.
Be a lifeguard. I mean, I think there's
not going to be a lifeguard.
Well, I'm just saying it'd be a way to get in touch with like, and then also be in shape, because it feels like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, a marine biologist is like it's a physical job. Like you really do
pretty physical demanding. I mean, you don't have to be like ripped. You don't have to be like very like, I go to the gym like 5 times.
Yeah, you got to just be able to pick up boxes and swim. You
got to swim with some gear on, and you got to like pick up a couple of things. That's about it.
Yeah, well, you know, maybe work as a diver. You know, try and get certifications and stuff like that.
I was gonna do that this winter.
Oh, that'd be good.
It's your best time to do it is in the winter.
Nice. Yeah, they do.
I was certified for a while.
Scuba certified?
Yeah.
Nice. They offered that in my high school, actually.
Yeah, same. That's where I got certified.
Fucking like a year ago, I was out in Malibu late at night on the beach, and a whole fuckload of cars showed up, and I was like, what are they doing? They're all like getting into they were all scuba diving at like 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
Like it's really, really cool, the sort of like activity that you can get involved in when you do that sort of stuff. How important do you both, with your experience in the field, think that like formal scuba training versus like, you know, self-taught, like how important do you think it is to have formal certifications and stuff like that versus people who, you know, just do it by themselves? And
I'm a big proponent of formal certifications are all bullshit, no matter what they are.
Okay.
But I do think the training is important.
Okay.
And everybody should go through the training. So yeah, I do agree that there are some things where if you are going to use the scuba equipment, going to go dive, like, sure, you can be self-taught, you could do it, but at the end of the day, like, it's good to have that training. It's the same thing with like gun training. Like I don't think it's required and you can learn it on your own, but if you have basic like training with it, you'll be so much better off.
Yeah, scuba certification is very big, especially if you want to do something in the water. Like I don't have mine yet, but I still know that like scuba certification, if you try to teach it yourself, you can miss out on so much. Yeah. Because that time of being trained, that time of just having gear on before you get the certification teaches you so much, and you'll have so much experience with just doing it. But like at least having somebody there to guide you through it.
That makes sense. A little safety net or something.
Yeah, there should be something, and it's like you're free to do. I believe you're free to do what you want. You know, if you want to go without any training, whatever. By all means, do your thing. You have that liberty. But if you want to, come back to the surface, get some training. Like that's for you.
You want to skydive twice?
Yeah, if you want to skydive twice, learn what you're doing.
And once is free.
That's another piece of advice that you were talking about earlier. If you want to skydive twice, learn what to do. Learn how to do it, Like if you want to do something, do it well and learn how to do it first.
Yeah, I would say, I think...
Put in the time, put in the effort.
I think it's like a sentiment that we've all echoed, which is like, there is this feeling now with like smartphones and stuff where like the value of knowing like facts or like who was president in 1982 or whatever, like it feels lower, but we ought not conflate information like that with like information like skills and like technical ability versus like, being able to look up something.
And on the other hand, and on the other hand, a lot of like skills and stuff are a lot easier to do than you think. And it just a little bit of practice, you can do it. Like welding, not that hard, it's hold it still and do it right and do the zapper. Like that's it.
Yeah, the hours you get out of like a masterful instruction, like someone who just does it or knows about it, like those hours are worth so much in the beginning compared to just dicking around by yourself.
Yeah.
Like just the first couple hours even. And
like things like, like dumb shit things too. Like, I can fix this, or like I can fix a washing machine. Yeah, you can. You have the power of the internet to look it up. Yeah. But at the same time, you can also just look at it, figure it out. Kind of, if you learn a little bit about it and see how it works, after some time, you can tell what's wrong with it and you can replace it. Same thing with like cars and things like that. Yeah. Or shit like, jumping over a fire pit. I don't recommend it, but
Dave's done it a couple of times.
It's easy to do. You just jump. You just jump. Like and then people start freaking out like, oh, it's dangerous. Just, have confidence in yourself. Have confidence to jump through it.
I don't know if we should openly
I did say I'm not
people.
I did say I'm telling people not to do it.
Okay.
But I'm saying that, you can do things
that scare you.
Do the scary things.
I don't recommend, but one of the funniest stories I have of Dave is we were up camping and we had a big old fire, like big bonfire type fire.
Well within California fire regulations.
Yes. Very within. And as it was dying down, I just look over at Dave and he's across the fire. And he just takes a couple steps back, just going backwards, and just full sprints, jumps over the fire, lands, and a couple of sparks went up, and like one or two of them went past me, and I was just sitting there at Dave like, what did you just do?
Yeah, I remember it's so easy to deal with like campfires and stuff. Like once touch it for a second. Well, touch it for a few seconds, it's going to burn you. Barely touch it for a millisecond, not going to burn you.
You guys ever gotten into firefighting?
No.
I put out a fire the other month here.
We put out a fire. That one time we were at the park, or was it Colin?
Oh,
no, it was us. Yeah.
That was me.
There was a fire at a park.
Yeah,
it was
just from like a cigarette butt or what?
no,
Like a dumpster?
some kids like brought a bunch of like palm trees together. It lit a fire, and
Holy
like
fuck.
we saw
Dave
it, and
I
we're
just,
like, holy
look over
shit!
at each
Yeah,
other, and we're like, what in the world? And
Kids
so
are so fucking dumb.
yeah.
we went over, and I think somebody else had already called 911 already.
Yeah.
No. Someone came out and just like, did you guys put that out? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, I'm gonna call 911 still. And I'm like, okay. But like, we put out a fire because
we
a
put out
bunch
a
of
fire.
dumb kids started it, and then it got too big and they ran away. And then I had like a bottle of water in my car, so I just like
Dave and I are
dumped
cool.
that shit.
Dave and I are very
firefighters here.
cool.
Yeah.
I was talking about the firefighting where you
Oh, you fight the fire.
punch the fuck out of
Oh,
it.
I would run my finger over flames.
I would play hot coal volleyball with the boys. Do you know what hot coal volleyball is?
I'm assuming you got a coal from the fire and toss it around.
It's the keep up game, you know, like
Oh.
with the
Yeah.
the balloons.
That is,
Yeah.
I think, one of the
But
worst
you do it
ideas
with
you've ever done.
You do it with a
Ember.
ember,
Like
and it's like hot potato.
It is like hot
It's
potato.
hot potato, yeah.
So
It's hot potato. It's the same shit.
good for
but-
kids of all ages. That's
Yeah.
what I would say.
Yeah, it's fun
I mean,
to do.
there is, I would say, I think something like 70% of like young men in my life have just had affinity for playing with fire.
Oh yeah,
Everybody plays with fire. It's
fire
fun.
Fire
It's
is the
cool.
best
It's
thing you could ever
alive.
play with.
Do you know-
Don't do it. But like,
But here's the thing: you play with fire, you're gonna get burned. If you play with fire, it's going to burn you eventually.
it's a
Just
great
going to
tool
happen, yeah.
for teaching.
There's a reason
Yeah.
why there's the I guess it's a moniker. The don't play with the fire unless you can handle the burn.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
And Smokey the Bear says only you can prevent forest fires.
Yeah.
I put out a fire the other month. Do you remember that?
What fire did you put out?
When? Dude, we have a fire pit here, and we burn a lot of like cardboard and like scrap wood and stuff. So it's just like there's always something.
Yeah.
There's always like almost gonna burn the house down sometimes. So
No.
yeah. Sometimes here it's just someone's gonna burn the house down. I'm scared.
That one fire was really big.
That one was big. It was really hot too. That was
They
a
made
hot
a
fire.
teepee
Classic.
out of
No.
cardboard.
No, it
Or
was
2 wooden planks.
2 wooden planks. Hold my mic for me. Wooden planks, long planks that like are folded on top of each other, so it makes like a pyramid. And then we covered one end with the fire in there already, and we're throwing like a bunch of hot shit, like more kindling and more wood in the middle. So inside that fire was like
Another fire.
well, no. It was probably so hot in there, it was starting to melt the bottom of the
The metal fire pit?
The
Holy
fire plate,
fuck.
the
Yeah.
fire pit was like going insane. There was
Yeah.
fire coming out of both ends, and it looked like a bowl.
It was crazy.
I have
But yeah,
pictures if you want to see.
I'm pretty sure if we put like metal in there, we can make a furnace. Because that's how furnaces work. Is it keeps the heat inside and it burns more, so it gets hotter and hotter and hotter.
Oh, that makes sense.
I think a furnace was my favorite Minecraft block.
Ooh. Furnace is
Mm.
pretty dope.
Furnace is cool. I like a good chest though. I like how it's like not all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like a good chest. And the crafting table. The crafting table has the wood on the bottom, so you can like still.
I
You can
might
put it in the roof, and it's like a hidden crafting table. It's cool.
might be
It's fun.
a fucking piston truther, dude.
Go fuck yourself.
You
Sticky
are-
pistons.
Ew.
You're a redstone kind of guy, aren't you? You used to
Just
do all
a
that
little-
cool stuff.
A little bespoke redstone, okay?
Did you
A
even
little.
build a plane to bomb random areas?
Oh, the fucking with the
Did you
slime
ever-
blocks and shit.
Yeah.
Did you
Yes.
ever,
No, it wasn't my deal.
when you guys first started playing Minecraft, everybody's played Minecraft. I'm assuming,
It's one of the second most successful game of all time behind Tetris, maybe.
I think
Probably, yeah.
so. Yeah, I think
For
so.
for the sake of our argument, yeah. So you guys have all played Minecraft
It's
at some
pretty
level.
successful. At some level, or at
touched-
least heard of it.
Yeah, you've seen someone.
Yeah. Why did everybody build a diamond house?
Dude, okay.
Everybody built a diamond,
yeah.
iron, and gold house.
Opulence is just built into the soul of humans.
Yeah.
I actually had an entire map where I was trying to build a castle, and then I had built a pretty sure I built like an Asian style house.
Okay.
I need to go back on this.
What does
map.
that just mean? Like the corners curved up a little bit?
It was like the full on like Japanese tower of like the
I see.
like the red wood coming out like
That's kind of cool. Do you know what we should do, guys?
Minecraft server.
We should make a Minecraft server, but we do it like the old version.
We just use like an outdated, just from when we were like kids.
Use like old versions that like we don't even remember what's even on it anymore.
Here's the thing, I'm afraid of all the Minecraft stuff because it's too deep. Like there's too many people who spend too much time in it. Like if we were to do something like that, I would want someone who knows how to run servers and stuff, because the internet's a fucking like the Wild West. Like these online servers. I don't mean like a server.
I mean just like get your buddies.
Just us.
Just get your buddies together and play some Minecraft for like a day. You know,
Minecraft came at such a pivotal time in our childhoods. Like we were really the first.
Came right after it came around 2008. You know,
it was perfect.
It was.
I
perfect.
actually always made emerald houses because green's my favorite color.
Dude, I remember before emeralds. I remember I remember playing Minecraft before they had a run. Like before you're able to sprint. That's how old I've been playing it.
Yeah, I remember
pre-release shit.
I remember when you started it on the Xbox, you had to do that. Like you started in that little area with like the house in the front, and they would say Minecraft
and the big letters.
And the big letters, yeah. Those are the days. I remember that. That was so fun.
I remember playing in like beta or whatever. Like I had friends in like third grade like, dude, have you checked this shit out? And we were just like infatuated with the concept.
I remember getting Minecraft Lite on my Samsung tablet because I couldn't get it yet.
Yeah.
And so I had
you had a Mac or something?
No, I had a PS2 and a Wii by then. But I didn't have anything else, so my dad was going to get it on his computer, so I just got Minecraft Lite and I would just build stuff in Minecraft Lite.
Good old days.
There's a couple things I would say kind of transcend generations. It's just like stuff that the youth is into. Mm-hmm. Like Minecraft feels like a new age. Like you know.
I think it's very adapting to culture of now, because when we were younger, you know, video games were a lot more simple.
You couldn't even see the fish. You would just slap a fishing rod in and something magical would appear before you.
Fish out of just a one block of water and sometimes get hit and you're like, nice.
Yeah, it was so much simpler, but now like video games are so much more complicated and in depth and things like that. And those are like the generational.
I don't know, man.
That's what the younger generation.
You think Among Us is like super deep? Like,
well, Among Us has kind of died out.
Well, sure, but like, I mean, that's like last couple of years.
I'm saying
because the attention
what I'm saying
span
is
of kids
Minecraft is changed. Like it's a lot more complicated. It's a lot more like too much going on. Yeah, now it is compared to when we were doing it. When things were more simple, you know, and we enjoyed the simplicity of it. Now it's so like there's so much more to it.
They're changing it to adapt to what people want, because I remember when like turtles weren't a thing. I remember when squids weren't even a thing yet. It took them a while to add a bunch of stuff because I think they just had that feeling of like we need to put more stuff in.
People want more stuff now. Yeah. They want it in the base game, not just mods.
Do you think like any portion of that's driven by like this desire to like not be a dead game?
Yeah, and yes. I think it's also they're chasing after that. You know, back in the old day, they had all the mods and things like that, right? Mm-hmm. And you can add like all the stuff that's in there now, all the complicated stuff. Now they're adding that to the base game to chase after that high of the mods. So everybody has to play it. I
think they just saw like what people were doing with the mods and realized that like, oh, if we put this in the game, a bunch of people would actually like it.
Yeah, that's what a lot of stuff they did. There's big like mod packs and stuff like we're put into the game.
Dolphins. I remember when Dolphins were mod.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll ever have anything that like one of the economics surrounding the Olympics kind of blow? It's like, it's not great, right? You know, the city kind of loses money a lot of times. Yeah, they have public works projects that come out of it, which is good, but ultimately it's not a money making endeavor necessarily. Yeah. And viewership's done nothing since like 1982 but decline. Like year after year, it's going down. And yet like advertisers and the cost of like running commercials still remains incredibly high and gets higher and higher. And one of the reasons that was explained to me was that there's not that many things that exist anymore that everybody looks at. Like it's Super Bowls, Olympics, the elections a little bit, but even that's really hard to really, I mean, that's, you know. And so do you think we'll ever have big transgenerational like stuff anymore because everyone only gets served exactly what they like?
Are you saying
Minecraft is not a timeless piece of work?
No. Are you saying you wish for the Pokemon Go summer again?
That was a pretty dope week.
It was a whole summer.
It was a whole summer, but that first week was really... Everybody around the world was doing that. Really brought like the world together.
I remember when so many people got in trouble for jaywalking.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, so many people got in car accidents because they were driving because they didn't have that patch where it's like you can't drive when on the app.
I remember like being at the beach, just like at night, doing teenager stuff, and then just like there's like about 100 people are just there playing Pokemon Go.
Just catching water types.
Just talking to people, just catching water, like all the shit.
What's your favorite
and
Pokemon?
like someone said,
same man.
Someone said like, oh, there's a Dragonite on the hill. And
you gotta go
everybody
run over
ran,
there.
and it was like,
because everybody was getting the same Pokemon because it was too early and they couldn't like they couldn't make it special for everybody.
It was something everybody was able to do together, and it was something everybody was able to watch and do like that. So I think.
Do you think it'll come? Like, do you think we'll have stuff like that anymore?
I think that was like one of the last times in a really long, since 2016.
End of an era, perhaps.
That was the last time something like that happened on that scale.
Mm-hmm.
I think, you know, there will be, but it just needs to be, you know, around. It needs to be good and wholesome and work.
I started hatching egg recently. I need to check that.
Are you playing Pokemon Go still?
I've heard that there's a quiet resurgence.
It's true.
I was driving and my girlfriend had taken my she took my phone and she started playing Pokemon Go, and I was like, do you even like Pokemon? She was like, no. Mind you, she doesn't like any anime or any like animation like that.
Is Pokemon an anime?
Well, technically, but not really.
Yeah, it's an anime.
It's an anime, but then it did better in the US and then had a resurgence in Japan.
Okay, I see.
I mean, it's still is an anime. It airs in
I
Japan
guess it's animated
originally.
in Japan.
Do you know what's really crazy is like my girlfriend doesn't like animated stuff either.
Yeah, maybe girls just don't like cartoons, man.
I know some that do though.
That's true.
I like cartoons, but I like animation more because you can do so much more with it.
What's the difference, I guess?
Well, animation versus live action.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You can do so much more with it and still get immersed into the characters and stuff like that.
Exactly.
It's just, I don't know. It's really weird when you watch like Game of Thrones and there's like sex scenes and stuff, and then
you prefer to watch cartoons have sex with each other.
No, I'm just
that's what Dave wants,
because they can do more unreasonable things.
Like they can grow tentacles.
That's what I'm saying. No, it's like you watch that for like, and there's like shock value to it, and then like you see like, I don't know,
and then you watch Rick and Morty and you feel better.
No, and then you feel like it seems weird because it's meant to be like, oh, it's not serious, it's a cartoon, you know like
what,
in Rick and Morty and shit.
You know what I started watching?
You know, but it's the same weird shit happening. What's up?
I completely skipped Dragon Ball Z, and am now watching Dragon Ball Super.
I don't know. None of those words are in the Bible.
I'm pretty sure ball is in the Bible. Super might be.
Super.
Z.
Dragon might be.
No way.
Dragon's not.
Dragon's
I don't
not.
think so.
Super,
Probably not.
I think you have a big ball, maybe.
Well, I think Hunter should
Also,
drag my balls across his face.
That's
But
nice. Also, Dragon Ball, isn't that one word?
Dragon Ball. Yeah, that's true. No, I don't know. Either way. What I'm getting at is animation is cool because you can do like more artistic stuff with it. I
If
think.
like hentai.
I don't like hentai. Guys, I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying at all.
All
I'm
right,
saying
pal.
What about those anime shows where it's like...
I'm not even talking about anime. I'm talking about animation in general.
Okay.
All right?
The Minions movie was big.
Minions movie. Minions movie was cool. I mean, even the idea of Minions, you can't do that in live action.
I love Minions.
know? Like the idea of having a short yellow dude
The
is
original...
just racist if you do try and make it live action.
The original
Yeah,
Oompa
pretty much.
Loompas was so fucking funny.
It was so
That is true.
messed up too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But like that's what I'm saying is like,
Hunter, were you going anywhere with
It's
the
gonna look
Dragon
like
Ball
that.
thing?
yeah, what are
No,
you doing with that?
I was just letting you guys know because we were
Oh.
talking about
What does
anime
that
shows.
mean?
What
What do you mean?
So, we...
They're different seasons.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they
there's
just have different names.
shows. So like they'll have different seasons within the show, but like each one like progresses more and more in the timeline of Dragon Ball.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just skipping to like a sequel season?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is, I think, one of the things I will say that's a strike against animation, and I do like animation a lot. The old stuff can age so terribly, whereas like a lot of old film, it kind of looks cool. Like it doesn't obviously look good or clear, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
Old Dragon Ball is like insane. It's
Yeah.
insane.
I do get that. And then there's also like some old art styles too that are also really
Oh, like Akira,
like Akira,
yeah, Cowboy Bebop. That's
like
definitely
old Disney animation is cool too. Like even
Yeah.
that. No, it's like old Snow White. You can see like the cells and things like that in it.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Cells.
That the animation
like
cells.
Oh yeah.
Back when they just used to run a bunch of pictures in a row and shine
Yeah.
a light through it.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see, especially as media takes like the next step during our generation, whatever that might be, however we might be. I'm not convinced it's VR, but like
They're trying so hard to make it VR.
It's the microchip. It's the microchip.
But
just the microchip, dude, the fucking seeing it in your eyes through a microchip in your brain.
Imagine just getting an implant and then just hearing music, singing to yourself, and someone's like, "This guy's on like,
That's crazy.
this guy's geeking right now."
I mean, that's how it was when AirPods first came to the public. Someone on the bus would just be talking to no one, and then you like turn around and look at them, they're not holding a phone.
Well, no, people have earpieces forever, you know?
Yeah, but they used to be like a fucking thing stuck to the side of your head.
massive,
Yeah.
like just pokes out like
Yeah,
this. Like,
they used to have a fucking exactly.
Yeah.
well, the old ones used to be like this big, but like the newer ones where it would
Oh,
just be
just
like
in
the
ear.
like the in the ear, and then it would only come out to like right on the cheekbone
Yeah.
right here.
But
Yeah.
at least when you were
None
wearing
of that
one of
picked up.
those, you were either wearing like a suit or like a polo that you tucked in with like a phone holster on it. Like you kind of gave
my
me.
uncle had a phone holster.
Yeah.
That's that like I work in insurance or like I might
yeah.
be in the FBI. You don't know.
the
Got a
fucking.
phone holster.
He's like
Yeah.
a general contractor.
That too. It's like always those odd jobs. Like you can't tell if they're like insurance, like an odd like blue
Yeah.
collar, like higher up, or they just work in a federal
But
agency.
they all drink at the same bar. That's why it's
oh,
hard.
They all do.
absolutely, and they all tell work stories to each other.
Working man.
They all-
God bless you.
They all take turns sitting on the fucking waitress and not tipping very well. So
Working man. God bless you.
Absolutely. All telling stories about how their golf game is.
Working man. God bless you.
God, there's this.
That's you built America, working man. Good job. Thank you. Thank you for what you do. Speaking of blue collar, why are you wearing a blue collar right now? Any reason?
Jean shirt.
You're unemployed.
having
Why are you
ass.
wearing blue collar?
I'm unemployed. Why am I wearing blue? All valid work questions. I'm actually borrowing this from a member of my family who used to be like a lineman. So this is an authentic blue collar stolen valor shirt right now.
Stolen valor,
Yeah,
blue collar worker.
Look, it's even got like work stains on it and stuff.
I have one of
Oh,
these.
that's
yeah.
Yeah. This is
I used to go to the power lines and clean them.
I have
Got a
I have
couple
the same
shocks.
exact one.
yeah. These fuck. I love these
They're
shirts.
great. I wear it teaching though.
That's
You know,
cool.
actual work.
Yeah, I wear it
Debatable.
to my job as
Debatable.
all the jobs
What?
I've had are blue collar besides being a debate coach.
Where's your yellow hat?
In my
Where's the
garage.
hard hat?
There's a
Hard hats
hat.
in the garage. Didn't
Yeah.
bring it out. Wasn't going to a construction zone out here.
Yeah. You know how I know you're not a lineman? Like 100%.
There's so many fucking reasons.
Do you know the biggest tell? Rubber soled shoes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's how you blow up.
Wouldn't you want rubber-soled shoes when you're a
No.
lineman so
No.
that the electricity
You want it
doesn't-
to go through you.
Oh,
you don't
yeah,
want it
so you
to
get
bounce
metal.
back.
Yeah.
Oh.
You want to be grounded.
So you get metal
What?
boots, right?
You get metal boots or
Or
grounding
leather.
shoes.
Right.
Leather or grounding shoes.
Oh, funny.
So
That makes
grounding
sense.
shoes have copper that goes like a copper rod that goes through.
What about those
The
like
sole.
Baseball cleats that just have metal fucking like the little?
As long as there's not stopped by like a rubber wall, you're
Oh,
good.
that's probably the
That's
linchpin
what I'm
there.
saying. Yeah.
Just a lineman out there with his dogs on the lift. I mean, it'd
Yeah.
be safe relative to being electrocuted.
Yeah.
And
As
besides having
long
open skin out.
if you're
but,
wearing
you know,
something conductive on your feet, you're probably good.
socks.
I mean, they have rubber gloves too, so they're fine. So
Yeah.
like everything they touch doesn't.
How
do
about
that,
you
but,
linemen get naked and nasty up there on that line? Wear that rubber. Wear the rubber gloves and them.
My brother-in-law is he's an electrician. So
But
like,
you boys take them shoes off and put your dirty dogs.
Like you
on
guys
that-
know how like they have
on that line.
bikini baristas.
Yeah.
yeah,
Weird concept. Don't work with hot liquid and not wear clothes. That's.
it's very dumb.
I mean, it works, so it's not dumb, but it's.
They have sometimes they have the
No, that's not the
Barista-
point though. That's not what they're doing though. You know, that's
Oh,
only
no, it's
sometimes.
really-
Their main thing is
it's really
wearing
low.
fucking
Hunter's
pasties
like-
and a bikini, and that's it. You know?
Esteemed, visitors such as myself, we understand that they wear the apron, and that's. But no, it's linemen all the way up on the pole.
just speedo only.
Speedo, and then the tool belt around the speedo for safety.
Linemen are cool, very dangerous, but cool job.
Yeah, I knew one of my friends' dad was a lineman growing up, and his garage was just full of like dirt bikes and quads and shit. And I was like, I see the lifestyle here.
Yeah, it's live on the edge type of guy.
Like divorced man with like those arcade basketball shooting games in his living room. I'm like, I see the vibes we're doing here.
Yeah,
Has like fridge beers completely stocked, like
fridge beers.
like it's just lined with
God, I
just
can't wait
every
till I have
beer
a
you
beer
want.
fridge.
There's
That's literally my goal in life is to have a house where I can go to the garage and have a beer fridge or just a drink fridge in general, you know?
Oh, they sell garage fridges. It's just in Southern California in places where it's warm because the garage gets so much hotter than the house.
Yeah.
They add extra insulation or whatever so that it can run and like yeah.
I saw something where somebody took like the fridges or freezers from like a convenience store
Oh, that'd be fire.
and lined them on their entire garage wall because they had like a 4-car garage.
Yeah.
And they just lined it with just everything
That's
you can
so
imagine.
sick.
Honestly, like if you see one, might as well just grab it. Like I have some old lockers, like school lockers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And like they work and everything. We keep them in the garage at home. My dad got them from a abandoned school that they were like tearing down. They're like, "Hey, can I have some of those lockers?" Like, I'm like, yeah, take it.
Yeah.
You could ask people throwing shit away if you can have their shit.
My favorite.
Like
If they're
that's another
throw-
piece of
yeah.
advice. One man's trash is another man's treasure. You know?
that's real.
Fucking
Yeah.
ask for it.
The amount of times
Asking you shall receive.
like,
Another
you-
piece of advice. Working man, God bless you.
you were
Next.
you were throwing stuff away, and I was like, "Can I have that?" And you're like, "I don't care.
What was
Take
it?
it." Like, you gave me a shirt. You gave me a couple
Oh,
of
yeah,
things. You almost gave me a broken watch.
Yeah. Trash
Classy.
can. You could get it fixed. I don't know. Whatever you want.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of our episode.
End of the episode. I do want to say this is the last time you'll see just the three of us. We have a
very
exciting news.
The very special fourth person.
Mir is going to be back.
Baby's coming home.
Coming home from war. Daddy's home. Let's
home from NorCal.
We're going to give him
Vietnam
a warm welcome.
Was hard.
So yeah, tune in next week to see our fourth host for the first time in
very
most
long
of
time.
our entire
3 months.
time. Yeah. What was he in? Only two
3
episodes at the beginning?
Yeah, I think he was in 2.
Amir's back.
He wasn't 2.
Well,
yeah.
he's in many if you count the picture that we show of him every.
When he gets back, we'll figure it out. Send us some topics. Send us some ideas. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.